Hi everyone. In this video, I'll be going over some of the shortcut keys that you can use on your Linux shell. Now, just like with every other shortcut keys, they are there to provide or increase the speed in carrying out a particular task, just like moving your cursor or something like that, or erasing a text or command, or viewing the previous or next command, stuff like that. I'll show you all that here. So I'm using Ubuntu server here. So this is my shell. I'll go ahead and log in. I'll provide the username and provide a password. And then yes, I'm in. So the first key combination or shortcut key that I'll be showing here is the clear. Now we do have something like this on my screen. I have a bunch of stuff like this. So my command or yeah, my prompt is at the bottom of the window. So if I don't want that, I want it to be at the top. And I obviously don't want to see this text. I can easily use the clear command. So you can use the clear command or you can use Ctrl L. So Ctrl L is like the short form of using the clear command. So if you don't want to use it clear in full, you can just simply use Ctrl plus L from a keyboard and it will clear everything on the screen for you. Now the other shortcut is the Ctrl plus C from my keyboard. Now what this command does is to opt you out of any program that is running. So say for instance ping I have a ping running, say ping 8.8.8, which is Google DNS. So this ping is going, so and it will keep on going continuously until when I stop it. So in this kind of situation, you can just use the control plus C from your keyboard, and it will immediately stop this program from running. So not just only this, but there are several programs that when they are running, you can easily use the Control C to stop or opt out of that program. The next shortcut that I would like to show you is Ctrl E. So say I have something on my prompt, say sudo nano slash etc. So if you can see very well, my cursor is at the last end of this text, end of the slash there. So if, for instance, I want to quickly move the cursor back to the beginning of the text, which is a sudo, uh, I can easily do that from my keyboard by using the Control A. So what the Control A does is to move the cursor back to the beginning of the text. Now you can see by pressing the Control A, now my cursor moves back to the beginning of the text. Now, there is another key combination or shortcut that you can use in order to take your cursor back to the end of the line or end of the text. So here, for instance, I use Ctrl A to take me back to the beginning of the text. So if I want to quickly move the cursor back to the end of that text, I can just simply use Ctrl E. So the Ctrl E would simply take it back to the end of the text. Now, the next key combination or shortcut key that I'll be using is the Ctrl U. Now, we are very much conversant or familiar with using the backspace key from our keyboard. So the backspace simply delete the text backward from where the cursor is, right? So instead of using the backspace key, you can use the Control U to delete it, to delete every text from the current position of the cursor. Say for instance, I have something like this. Say I have sudo nano etc bind zone dbnis.ng.host. Now, where my cursor is, the moment I enter the Control U, it will delete it. And if I move the cursor back to wherever I want it to be, say now it is at the etc. So if I use the Control U, it would delete everything behind the etc, which is sudo nano, right? So even the slash is now gone because the cursor is at that particular position. So basically, what the Control U does is to delete every text that is behind the cursor current position. So that is the Control U. Now there is this shortcut key that is completely opposite of Ctrl U. So what the Ctrl U does is to delete every text that is behind the current position of the cursor. So the next shortcut key that I would like to talk about is the Ctrl key. So what the Ctrl key does, like I said, it is completely opposite of what the Ctrl U does. So instead of deleting every text that is behind the current position of the cursor backward, this Ctrl key will delete every text that is from the current position of the cursor forward. Example is this. Say I have something like sudo nano etc sudo nano etc bind zone. Say I have this text here or this file. So I will move my cursor back to this position, say in front of the nano. The moment I enter the Ctrl key from my keyboard, press and hold Ctrl plus K, this will delete every text that is from the current position of the cursor forward instead of backward. So completely opposite of Ctrl U. Now, depending on the situation or scenario where you find yourself in, say for instance, all these text that I'm using Ctrl U, Ctrl K to remove or to delete, they are actually like saved in the buffer. So this allows you to quickly bring them back in whenever you want. Now, example is this. Like the text I removed using the Ctrl K, I can easily bring it back or paste it back to the line or paste it back to the position of the cursor. Example is this. Say you remember we removed the etc bind zones, all the rest of the file there using the Ctrl K. So now if I use Ctrl Y, it will simply paste that exact text that I initially removed using the Ctrl key. So this is just like a way of pasting or cut and paste. So that is the example of the Ctrl Y. So all right. So another cool example of the shortcut key is the Ctrl P. So just like you know that on Linux you can use the up arrow key to retrieve the previous command typed, like all the commands that I've been typing from the beginning of this video till now. So a shortcut key is available, or the combination of keys are available to help you do that. So you can use the arrow key, the up arrow key to retrieve all the previous command used, or you can simply use the Ctrl P. So what the Ctrl P does is try to bring back all the previous command that you have been using or you have been typing. So that is what the Ctrl P does. So you can see the example here. By using the Ctrl P, it would just be like searching through all the commands that you have typed before, just like with the arrow key. So another similar shortcut key that is available is the Ctrl N. So by using the Ctrl P, it will take you to the previous command used. So whenever you are at a certain so whenever you find yourself in between some typed command, maybe you want to move to the next command, not the previous command, you can simply use the Control N. So this will take you to the next command instead of previous command, which the Control P does. So another cool shortcut key is the Control R. So the Control R will help you search through your history or the command history that you have been typing. Alright guys, those are some of the Linux shortcuts and something from this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.